At Direct Service Overhead, we know how much trust you put in the individuals who have the privilege of working on the components of your home. We understand that a broken garage door is the last thing you want to be worried about, and most of the time, doors break at the most inconvenient times. Our professionally trained technicians service 24 hours a day, and our high-cycle parts are guaranteed to make a noticeable impact on your garage door without putting a damper on your wallet. If you're looking for need of assistance maintaining your current garage door, our team has the experience and expertise to deliver the results you deserve. Give Direct Service Overhead a call today or visit us online to learn more.
Oh, hello there. 3, 2, 1. Yo, what's going on, Arkansas Razorback fans, SEC fans everywhere? Welcome. I don't know what's going on with this light. Get over here. Do as I say. Damn it. All right. How you guys doing? Oh, man. Yeah. Good stuff. All right. Hope you guys are doing well. Do me a favor. Like the stream. Like the show. Like it. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, do that. Yeah. Check out all the links provided for you down below in the description box. we have a good one here today. We've got a good one. We got off to a little bit of a late start. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of tinkering around with some settings on OBS, and I messed some stuff up, and I decided to do this 5 minutes before I went live. So then I panicked, and I was like, oh, God, I'm trying to get back to what I was doing. And, yeah, took me a minute. So I was a little bit late. That's my bad. So, yeah, like, subscribe if you haven't already for all the PTN creepers out there. I love you guys. You know that. Woo pig. On the road this weekend, down in the old DV, where Arkansas has not had a lot of success. Do they get it done this year? What makes this year so special? What makes this year so much? What makes it special, if at all? Do the look at Hawes out there tagging me and putting me on, retweeting on Twitter. You're just such a, I love you. You sweetheart, you, John Hawes. I didn't even retweet it on my PTN account. All right. First off, sponsors, direct service overhead, Travis Ford and the boys. They're killing it over there. They're killing it. They operate out of Central Arkansas, Northwest Arkansas. They will repair or replace your garage door, all your garage door needs. They got you. They'll give you the hookup. Mention the Pig Trail Network or Ty Hudson. They'll give you 10% off. You know you've got a friend that's thinking about building, or you know a buddy of yours that maybe his garage door's acting up, whatever. Maybe your garage door's acting up. Give Travis and the boys the call. Give them a call. Give them a phone call. State Apparel. They have unique shirts just for you from State Pride. Funny, sassy, sarcastic, and pop culture. Our shirts are hand-printed on premium material that will leave you feeling and looking great. Our store offers something for everyone. Those links are both provided for you down below in the description box. I did do it. I put a corn dog on the thumbnail. I didn't know. I'm running out of players, if I'm being honest. I'm going to have to repeat. We're coming up against Bama next week, so I'm going to have to – I don't know. I mean, there is nothing to taunt Bama fans with, really. I mean, what, like a trophy? Like championship rings? What are we going to do with Bama? I don't know. I like the corn dog touch. I did not put a lot of work into it. I just kind of slapped the corn dog on there. So it's not my best thumbnail, but you know what? I'm proud because it's got a corn dog on it. And you know what? I don't care. I love pissing off LSU fans. What can I say? I had a habit of doing it last year, especially during baseball season. Well, both basketball and baseball. Basketball and baseball. Football, not so much because Arkansas hasn't really had a lot to be super confident about. But then again, football, Arkansas has not done so great either there. So no notifications. Don't worry, we're off. We were like 5 minutes late, Kelly, so don't feel bad. Thank you for being here, though. Again, share. Follow John Hawes in his footsteps. He's sharing across the socials. I appreciate that. Smash that like button, y'all. What up, Ty? How you doing, Andrew? Hope all's well. John Hawes, I'll get my notifications for this one the day of my funeral, I swear. Yeah. Again, I don't know, man. Shadow banning is a thing. Has my channel been shadow banned? I don't think so. Again, it's not like YouTube even knows I exist because they don't. It's just the way it works. The computer algorithms, the Matrix. Are you guys excited for Matrix 4? Because I'm not. Because Matrix 2 and 3 were so bad. They were so bad. Matrix, the original, one of the greatest movies of all time. It is on my short list of my favorite movies ever. I was thinking about that the other day. The 90s, the late 80s, mid-late 80s into the late 90s. What a 15-year run you had with movies. Oh, my gosh. Jurassic Park, Forrest Gump, Shawshank Redemption, Top Gun, A League of Their Own. I don't care. A League of Their Own. One of my favorite sports movies of all time. The Matrix. What was the other ones? All the Back to the Future movies. Star Wars Episode 3 or 6. Sorry. Return of the Jedi was, what year was that? 84, 83, 84? When was that? Some really good movies in that era. And Jurassic Park's the same way. Only the first one. That's it. Like all the others have been garbage. Tonka Todd says, slap that like in a figure 4 leg lock. Share this Sunday. And subscribe if you are ride or die with the Hogs. That's right, baby. That's right. Has anyone... No one's really... I don't expect many people to be like, oh, see, you shouldn't have done that with the corn dog tie. Hog fans are going to love it, most of them. You get those, ooh, Ty, you shouldn't have done that. Bad, poor taste. Looks all GQ and shit with the ears being lowered. Yeah, I told you guys, I'm long overdue to get the brown locks snipped. I've also got a new shirt. You guys like my shirt? Do you like it? My wife got it for me. She bought me a whole bunch of clothes. JCPenney was having a sale. And let me tell you something. It's hard to shop for a fat boy. Let me tell you something. It's hard to shop for all this man that you have before you. There's a lot of man here, okay? It's hard to shop for someone like me, and she killed it. Everything she bought, I was like, I dig that. I dig it. So she's awesome. You guys know that, though. I brag on my wife all the time. Like the hair. Appreciate that, Dylan. Appreciate that, my man. All right, don't forget tomorrow, Discord, 10 a.m. Do not forget. I've been working on like a thumbnail to make for that, but I'm striking out on everything I do. So I don't know. I may just put out a reminder on the community page on YouTube. There's a community tab. If you guys haven't noticed, I post some stuff from there time to time, not real often. I may just post a reminder with a Discord link. By the way, I know it seems like I tell you guys it's in the description box. We don't get anybody, but then when I actually post the link, you guys do come through. So let me generate new link, copy. I don't know why those don't just save, but I'm going to bitch about that every time. There you go. There's our Discord. QB Spotlight. We're going to have him in our Discord, 10 o'clock. He's going to join our Discord tonight. I told him, I said, I'm not trying to be mean, but if you join, like this was Tuesday, I said Tuesday or Wednesday. So if you join now, you might get bombarded with questions and people in your DMs. You might wait until Friday evening to come in. I had wanted to do this on Friday night, seeing as how now high school football games, we're in playoffs. Like there's not as many games. And I know that we've got a few people in our Discord that really try to either watch those games on hootens.com or they go to them or whatever. I want to give everybody an opportunity to be in on this because, again, I don't know if I'm going to record this or not. I'm not trying to hold y'all hostage with that. It's more of a technical issue that I'm having with my computer. I may do this on my laptop, but the only reason why I may not be able to record on my laptop is because the amount of storage space. I'm not a hardware guy. I'm not a software guy either. I don't know computers. I don't. I tried, so I have a flash drive. I don't know how the size. It's pretty good. It's like 64 gigs. Is that right? But for whatever reason, for any of you, I think Lizard is not Lizard. What's his name in our Discord? Hang on. Eagle. I don't know why I thought Lizard, man. I don't know. My bad. I think he's computer savvy. I can't figure out why none of my. So I did a test. I tried to record just a conversation or whatever, and it wouldn't let me store it into the external hard drive. Laptops have tiny hard drives. You can't store a lot of space on them. I've got a lot of stuff on that laptop. So I don't know if we're going to be able to upload the conversation or not. So the point is, try to be there. There's a room cap of 99. I highly doubt we get 99 people in there, but JIC, I mean, you never know. I've been pushing this thing all week. We'll see. I'd be surprised if you get more than like 10 people in there. I mean, really, because it's not like YouTube where you just click and you open. There's a couple steps involved, and anytime there's a couple steps involved, it turns people off, and then they just don't be there. But I would be there. He's got some. He and I have been talking quite a bit this week about KJ Jefferson and the offense so far this year. Just put Nick Saban pissed off. Oh, I see what you're saying. I could put Nick Saban with the caption "aight," AIGHT, because that's what he's aight. I got the notification a minute before it went live. I don't know how that's possible. John Wick 4. Dude, the Wick movies have been great. Honestly, Wick 1, 2, and 3. I haven't seen 3. I've heard that it's great. I've seen 1 and 2. 3 and 4X are hard to get. I know, man. They don't take care of us fat guys. They really don't. Corn dog gets the chef's kiss from me, bro. I love it. I love it. What's up, Doug Stubbs? How you doing, man? Awesome Friday. Thank you, Lord. It's Friday. Thank you. Did you get your locks cut on the head or chin? I don't get that. What do you mean? You're going to have to fill me in, Scott. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I definitely got my hair cut. I don't know what you mean by did you get your locks cut on the head or chin. I don't understand that. We record the podcast on Discord. And we used to, when I was with another podcast, we used to go through Discord and record. I was able to do that in here, but something's going on with my computer. I can't explain it. You just have to. I don't know. Where's Eagle at? He could probably explain it. Something is going on, and it's not recording. It's not recording sound correctly, and it's just not capturing. And then you're getting this really scrumpled up kind of sound. So again, that's my issue. And then I want to do it on my laptop, but I don't have the space on my laptop. So you just need to be there. That's all. You're cracking me up, Ty. Tarl, how you doing, brother? Are you dancing on any poles lately, Tarl? Tarl's my boy, y'all. Okay. Giving you guys, we are, like I said, we're way behind today. I was 5 minutes late getting this thing up and running. That's my bad. LSU, Arkansas, not a ton to talk about. I don't know if you guys saw Scott Van Pelt picked against the Hogs. Not too shocked there. Death Valley at night. Once the lights come on, it's hard to win at DV. It's tough. It's tough. Really quick, let me show you guys. Where's the? Here we go. We're gonna do this. I'm going to share my screen just for you guys. All right, here's Discord, okay? Again, I just want to show you guys. Down here where it says voice channels, right? On your phone, it looks differently. On your phone, it looks a little bit different. But you click this. There's like a left column over here somewhere. You click down. You may not even have to click down. And then it's down there. Voice channels. It'll be in one of these two rooms. You'll know which one because you'll see there's people in there. That'll be the one. I'm going to rename these rooms. Okay. So, just FYI. So, there you go. All right. Scott Van Pelt. Oh, Lord. Yeah, John, you know I can't publish that, man. You know I can't let that go through. I'll be there. He's great at what he does. He really is. I don't know if there's I'm so thrilled he's willing to give us his time. And that's why I hope, again, I don't know how many people are going to show up. I really don't. I have no idea. It could be 10. It could be 20. If you get anything more than 7 or 8 people, I'll be pleased. I do want to try and record it if I'm able. I'm just worried it's going to mess up the recording. Oh, you found a way to get that through. John, don't get my channel, my comment section taken down by YouTube. I'm here. I'm late, but woo pig. Hog Anonymous tweeted today. I don't know if you guys saw that. Anytime Hog Anonymous tweets, everybody holds their breath. He quoted, I'll pull it up here and show you guys. Again, I'm going to share my screen with you. This is what where'd it go? Mass Effect's a great game, by the way. For those of you who've never played it, you need to play it. This is what he, anytime Hog Anonymous shares anything, it's like, I know some people, they're not on Twitter, they're not active. If for any reason you get on Twitter and you follow one account, it probably needs to be this one because he rarely ever tweets. So therefore, you don't feel like obligated, and you should stay away from a lot of the Twitter bullshit. But here's what he tweeted, or he quote tweeted. Worth noting, professional route was an option for Nick Smith Jr. Oh, I guess, yeah, Smith Jr. That could still be on his radar, something worth monitoring, says. I don't know who this is. He's got a check mark, though. Have you noticed who they're giving check marks to lately? I like, that used to be a thing, but in the last, I don't know, I would say the last year, maybe less, this is just, who cares? I mean, they give check marks out to just the dumbest, most, I don't know, is what it is. But, so he tweeted this, Hog Anonymous, I mean, you go down I'm telling you, man, this is the best profile. Sources, and again, you got to keep in mind, look at that. He dropped that at October 16th, 7:54 a.m. Jalen Catalon and Utsi are both unavailable for today's game. I don't know why he tweeted this. I don't remember what that was all about. I think this was in reference to Nick Smith. This one right here. I'm pretty sure it was October 13th. Oh, yeah, and I totally tweeted Austin Powers because why not? But anyways, yeah, the best account to follow. Between him, I would say Pinto. Pinto used to be really, like, I think he's just kind of tired of Twitter sometimes. I don't know. But see, this is what he does. He gives you these little hints. Sources, former Razorback, great Ronnie Brewer is leading candidate to return to the program in a recruiting role. Well, guess what? It happened. And this, again, was before Ronnie Brewer was – I mean, this was even before it was a rumor. I could tell you who I think it is, and I'm almost positive I think I know who it is. I mean, I'm positive. I feel like I'm positive I know who it is. It's got to be his son, right? It's got to be. It has to be his son. It's got to be the kid. I mean, I don't know. This just seems like something he would do, and I don't know him. I've never met the kid, the young man, rather. Sources. Former NBA coach Keith Smart is a finalist for the open assistant coaching position. And then his next tweet is literally on May 12th. This was the day before. Keith Smart is the assistant coach. It's got to be him. So I'm just saying. I'm here. You guys don't ever apologize for being late. I appreciate it. Nick Smith Jr. going pro would be the most Arkansas thing ever. Yeah, I don't know. It isn't you. It isn't. It's you, isn't it, Ty? It's not me. It's definitely not me. It's not me. I wish that it was, only because of the information that this individual has, but I'm almost positive it's got to be his kid, right? So I think I'm starting to feel like maybe there's a chance Nick Smith does sign early. Kevin McPherson had reported that he wasn't going to. He wasn't going to sign early, and then we didn't know about Walsh, obviously, but that ended up happening. So, yeah. I was going to pull something up here. I was going to share with you guys, but I can't find it. Okay. Share. He's definitely tapped in. Who's the dude he's following? He's following hang on. I just had his page up. He's following I remember, let's see. Wally Hall. That's right. Arkansas Democrat Gazette sports columnist. Many of you know who Wally Hall is. So he follows Wally Hall, of all people. And that kind of throws you off a little bit. Maybe it's not. Maybe there's just an OG. Maybe there's just an OG who's like super tapped in. I don't know, man. That's the only thing that kind of throws you off the trail. Like, why would he follow Wally Hall and only Wally Hall? Like, it'd be different if he had 100, like he followed 100 people and Wally Hall just simply had to be in there. Why is it only Wally Hall? And no, I don't think it's Wally Hall. I get it. It's Wally Hall. Like, Wally Hall, like the biggest name in Arkansas media, or one of. Has a lot of love-hate, especially in the late 90s. Yeah. It's Wally Hall, bro. It's Wally Hall. I don't think it's actually Wally Hall that runs that account, though. I'm late, Ty. I'm late, but Ty with the fresh cut. Thanks, Travis. Thanks, man. The corn dog look real tasty. It does, doesn't it? I kind of want to – I'm probably – you know what? I'm probably going to go to Sonic and order a corn dog in honor of LSU. Let's get into this Arkansas-LSU game. We don't have a lot of notes. There's not any real recruiting. We talked about the silent commit from I didn't share that in Discord, did I? My bad. That's my bad. Thank you, Kelly, for bailing me out. Dragon Slayer said he got – Dragon Slayer. He was notified. Let's break down this LSU game. This is I'm going to say it, and someone's going to be like, God dang it, he says this all the time. It's a coin toss. It is so hard. You have to consider all the elements into this game, right? LSU played their asses off against Bama. Let's consider that for a second. Does this mean maybe it's a sign of things to come and LSU's turned the corner this year, even though it's Ed Orgeron, he's out, they're playing for their coach. And if that's going to be the way they play, especially on defense. Now, Bama, if you watched any of that game, Bama definitely stepped on their own toes. They tripped over their own laces, that sort of thing. But LSU was a problem for Bama. How many sacks? I think Bama gave up the most sacks, I believe, or it's either the most or tied for the most. 4 sacks in that game by LSU, if I remember correctly. They were all up in Bama's grill. And they blitzed. It was something very uncharacteristic of them. They're similar to, leading into that game, you kind of thought of their defense in terms of their aggressiveness. Not similar to Arkansas, but they didn't seem to be super aggressive in terms of blitzing. Arkansas's not. They're going to drop 7 or 8 every single, all the time. I think the true question here is, does Arkansas run, what kind of front do they run with defensively? Do they try and slow down what LSU can do on offense in terms of running the ball? They've got a more than capable quarterback. And again, our good friend QB Spotlight's gonna give us some more heads up on him tomorrow at 10 a.m. in our Discord. Again, link provided in the description box. Also, shout out to Patreon supporters. I feel like I kind of haven't given you guys enough credit this week. I love you guys, and I think we gained a couple more. We're still under 20. I would love to break 20. So if you guys want to join the Patreon just for a month, minimum of $4, just to get us over the 20 mark, that'd be great. like a pity follow on Patreon or whatever. But yeah, you've got to consider what LSU did against Bama. Or is this that's all they had left in the tank? They hit the pedal to the metal in terms of what they do and their finished product on the field. They absolutely tapped into something and sucked up all the fuel they had left. Is that what that was? And does that mean Arkansas could honestly curb stomp them this weekend because LSU has nothing in the tank? You also got to consider their injuries. I don't care if they're hitting the pedal to the metal or not. It's hard to overcome injuries, and I don't care what level of talent, although it does matter, don't get me wrong. But experience sometimes does really matter. In games like this, I think that's going to be something for LSU to look into. They're Ed Orgeron, man, there's something about him having his guys ready when they're kind of backed into a corner. And last year against Arkansas, by the way, I don't know if you guys saw, Ed Orgeron gave Sam Pittman credit because Sam told the media about how they were just depleted last year when they played LSU. Their defensive line hit with corona. It wasn't corona. It was the contact tracing. If you guys remember, I do think a couple players did have it because that following week they were still missing some guys. Their 2 and 3 deep guys were even though they were on the depth chart, I don't think they even were seen with the team that following week, if I remember correctly. I think there's at least one other player, 1 or 2 other guys that missed another game after that week. Could have been an injury that we didn't know about that Sam never told us about. I don't know. But who was it, Miller? Wasn't it Miller last year too that just after that game against LSU, he disappeared? Miller got to play in that game. Kid that came up here from Warren with Traylon Burks. My memory's fuzzy on that game. I just remember being heated. There was some bullshit going on with that game too. SEC officiated. But these are things to consider with LSU. They really are. Did they just squeeze every last ounce of grit and all this other stuff that they had? They put everything into that game. I thought Bama was gonna. I thought they were going to beat the shit at LSU. I sat here and told you guys. I think Bama beats them. I don't really like taking that large, what was the spread, 22, 23-point spread or whatever it was. Ridiculous. I don't like those spreads. I never do. I don't care who it is. I'm always cautious of those when I'm looking at them. And if I'm on a pick sheet or whatever, like I am with Mark Rogers on his show. Oh, that reminds me. I got to do Mark Rogers today if there's time. I need to get a hold of him. But, yeah, I don't like those spreads. And I sat here and told you guys, I feel like LSU's going to get frog stomped, and they didn't. I mean, they played – they were pretty good. Again, Bama tripped over their own laces. I get it, but at the same time, LSU really showed out. Held Bama to 6 rushing yards. 6 rushing yards. I think they had a couple of good runs called back, if I remember right. But, I was pretty impressed with what they did last week. Let me reach out here really quick. Maybe they got beat up by Alabama. That's another thing to keep in mind. I agree. Like the villain on Scooby-Doo, pull the mask off and it's Wally Hall. It could be. I mean, if I were to create an account like that and I didn't want anyone to find out who I was, I'm not following myself. Wally Hall could probably lose his job with some of the stuff that was said on that account. So I don't know, man. But then again, maybe not. Maybe they give him a raise. Or they fire him because why aren't you sharing that with us and publishing this stuff with our paper? You can never overlook LSU, though, no matter the year they're having, just because, well, yeah, they're talent, but also it's Arkansas and LSU. I mean, it's the game for the Golden Boot, man. And Arkansas's only ever won down there 3 times. So there's a lot to consider. I think they compete, but not put out the same effort as they did against Bama. Yeah, I agree with that, Scott. John Haas says, got to say, if our defense could mimic that LSU defense when they play Bama, our offense could definitely keep us in it. That I'm just not looking forward to. I am looking forward to breaking that game down and getting to that week. But it's one of those games where, like, no matter what I sit here and tell you, you just feel like Bama's probably going to beat you 49-3 or something. I mean, I'm not trying to shit on your hopes. And then again, who knows? Maybe Arkansas just completely kicks ass this weekend and they've turned the corner. What they did against Mississippi State, they're getting healthier. They've got all this confidence built up. Anything can happen. You play the game on the field. I agree. Anyone who's casually watched football understands that, or any sport for that matter. You play the game on the field. But it just seems like no matter what situation Alabama's in, and they're a good team. They're not Alabama of, last year by any stretch of the imagination. But they're still capable of just beating the crap out of everyone and, going one loss. What does that Iron Bowl look like? What do you guys think of that? Why would Orgeron coach? He's getting $17 million to sit on his Bayou booty. Why did they play like they did last week, Mike? I mean, you say that, but look what they did last week. And again, I acknowledge Bama didn't play their greatest, but still, like, you have to give them a ton of credit. Watching a ton of LSU content lately. Today, their sports talkers spent 10 minutes talking about how the boot is the best trophy in the NCAA. Look, I sit here and tell you guys all the time, I don't think Arkansas really has a true rival in the SEC. But if there's one that's the closest to a true rivalry game, it is this one. I for a time I tried to tell people, like, look, Mizzou fans take that rivalry serious with Arkansas, and they do. The battle line bullshit trophy. They do. Their fans do. And Arkansas doesn't. And I told you guys before, maybe we should start taking it serious. And now, that was a couple of years ago. Now I don't care. I hate manufactured rivalries. LSU and Arkansas is not a manufactured rivalry. There's been some great games. There's been a couple of meaningful games. What bowl do you want to go to, Ty? I would like the Music City only because it's like a 2-hour drive from me. I don't know. Any January 1st bowl, I'll take. Any 2022 bowl, I'll take. Don't see old Wally in here to give him the credit there. What's up, Robert? How you doing, man? The streak ends Saturday. Hogs beat Bayou Kitties 38-17. I'm not going to say it couldn't happen, Mike. I'm not, because just really trip. It just really it all depends on how they respond and what happened in that Bama game. So let's get into the nitty-gritty of it. There's nothing else on the plate today other than this Arkansas LSU game, and that's fine because I can spend the rest of the show talking about this game because it is an interesting game. 6:30. I mean, we know that 6:30 p.m. SEC Network. Again, it's at DV, baby. LSU leads the all-time series 42 to 22-2. LSU has won the last 5 meetings. This is another one of those. I mean, when you consider that time span, LSU's been up and down. That shouldn't be the case, but it is. It is. It is what it is. How about that? Including a 27-24 battle in Fayetteville last season. And if you recall, like we talked about earlier, the Hogs were hit hard by COVID protocols. Last win for the Razorbacks was in 2015. The Razorbacks they beat the Tigers 31-14. It was an ass kicking in Baton Rouge in the 2015 season. Again, we already talked about this. Hogs have won. The Arkansas Razorbacks have won only 3 times at LSU. Whoa, Nick Smith will be signing. Nick Smith signing, baby, yeah. Oh, man, 6 to 9 p.m. Be there. Is he streaming that? Oh, it's at JJ's, too, in Fayetteville. Oh, dude. Tell me they're streaming that. Nick Smith is signing today. I love Kevin McPherson, I do, but Kevin, I think you missed it on this one. But again, like we said, these are 17, 18-year-old kids. You never know. That is huge, man. I'm telling you guys, don't doubt Hog Anonymous. This dude kills it. Or woman. I've heard, too, the theory it might be his wife. Maybe. She's all about it, man. She's all about it. I love it, too. She's awesome. She's the first lady. Nothing against Sam Pittman's wife. She's lovely too. Met her also. She's lovely. But Mrs. Musselman though, she's awesome. Cannot give her enough compliments. Nick Smith signing today, 6 to 9 p.m. Now that sucks. They don't give us an actual time because I can't. If they are streaming it, and I don't see. So that was from Kelly, who DM'd me that on Discord. Kelly is just giving me content to talk about all the time, like every show. She's like, oh, here, Ty, by the way, you're awesome, Kelly. Thank you for that. Thank you. That's huge, man. There was a little bit of concern. We talked about this on Wednesday. Like, why didn't he sign? Why isn't he signing early? Is there something to be concerned about? You're getting all 5 of these kids to sign. We talked about the 2020 class. Only one of those guys signed. And you got them all eventually. I mean, early. Sorry, I should be more specific. Only one of them signed early. It was Devo. Isn't that who it was? I think that's what we said on Wednesday. You're getting all these kids to sign early. Could you imagine if they add black to this class? Oh, my God. But it's already ridiculous. It's the number 2 class in the country. Wow. All right, Kelly. Get some applause for Kelly Marie in chat. That is huge. Mr. T-Dub with the super chat. LSU versus Arkansas is a good rivalry. It is a good rivalry. I think it's our best rivalry in the SEC. Again, I think it's the closest thing. The only issue I have is LSU fans do not consider this a rivalry game, though. They really don't. If you've ever been on their boards, if you ever follow what they say on social media, if you listen to their media, they do not consider this a rivalry. They just don't. I think I would say, though, like I said, it's the closest thing to a rivalry you have between them and I would say Ole Miss. Ole Miss are your 2 games. And that's a rivalry takes 2, like Michigan, Ohio State, right? Even when Michigan's down, it's still a rivalry game between those 2. They played their guts out against Bama, but LSU has tons of injuries. They do. We talked about that earlier. I think someone reported it was in the teens. It was like 13 injuries or something, 13 guys that are out. I think it's the number's actually somewhere between. I don't really know. I tried. You know what I could find. I had it pulled up here. What I could count was like 9. I didn't see the others. I think the others are back or they're playing. They've been playing hurt. They've been playing with injuries. I'm not sure how many of those guys are actually out. So that is, yeah, Tyler, 6 to 9 p.m. tonight. Right. We just don't know when they're actually going to call it or when he's going to actually sign. I'm calling it now. Hog D stepping up big time tomorrow night, says Grayson Reeser. Can't take the credit. I saw it in chat. Oh, well, whatever. Chat, whoever it was in chat, thank you. And Kelly, thank you. I could see Coach O pulling a Brett B move and doing something just not head coaching. Well, and now he is at Illinois. Sheesh, that Nick Smith Jr. news is huge. That is huge news. Holy crap. That makes my Friday. Because I'm not going to lie to you guys. And I had this conversation with a friend of mine last night. He said in a text, bro, I think something's going on with Nick Smith. We know he's got the pool, and we know that there's the what's the league that they're paying the players? I forgot what it's called. We know that the money's there. We know that he could. Is there something more to this? And maybe some of that drama that had happened between him and then, being able to, his eligibility in high school for his final season. Is there something to that? And maybe whatever. You go down that rabbit hole. This just put that to bed. He didn't choose the greatest time during the game. It's a big rivalry down here in Southeast Arkansas. Lots of LSU fans down here. I think it's probably viewed the same way down there like Oklahoma is in the River Valley and up here in Northwest Arkansas. We hate Oklahoma around here. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. Because OU fans, look, I know I'm good friends with two of them, with two OU fans, and they are good people. One of them actually went to the U of A, and he keeps up with the Hogs. He's a good dude. He was actually in here not long ago. Him and his brother they're good people. But I don't know how many OU people you run into, and it's just like, and I get it. They have the right to be. Oklahoma's good. They are. Football, I don't care that they're not in the SEC. They win with the schedule they're given. They dominate the Big 12. We would kill to do that in any conference. But, there's a touch of cockiness to a lot of OU fans. I dated a girl in Mustang, Oklahoma in 2004. Her stepdad was a huge OU fan. The amount of shit that guy talked about the Razorbacks. I was like, okay, bro, we get it. Adrian Peterson, this kid coming up, we get it. You think he's Jesus Christ. I get it. In NEA, we hate Ole Miss. See how that works? But to most LSU fans, I don't think they view Arkansas as a major rivalry. They just don't, or any kind of rivalry. And Hawes also. Thank you, Hawes. I appreciate that. All right, okay. That Nick Smith news. Nick Smith news kind of – that's fine, though. We'll take that kind of interruption. All right, getting back to this game. Ed Orgeron revealed on Monday that offensive lineman Chasen Hines and Anthony Bradford are going to be out for the season. On top of that, Ed Ingram will be out for at least a week after sustaining a hit in the head this week. Wow. So he's under concussion protocol. See how that works? You see how that works? When they're in concussion protocol, they're typically out the next week. Arkansas offense and LSU's offense. Let's compare the two really quick. LSU, 28.5 points a game, so they're right around like 63rd in the country. Arkansas, 36th in the country at 32.6 points per game. Total yards. This was a little bit surprising to me. They're at 372. Arkansas's at 457. Total yards, they're 93rd. Arkansas's 22nd. Passing offense has it's been kind of a roller coaster for them, and they will, by the way, we're going to get into this in a minute. We'll probably see two quarterbacks tomorrow. But they're 39th in the country at 260 yards a game. Arkansas's 88th in the country at 213. Like we said, Arkansas is really a power run offense in disguise. They really are. That's what they are. They're 115th in the country in rushing offense, but they're getting better. Their guy last week rushed for over 100 yards. They're starting to kind of get it figured out in the run game, I think, just a little bit. I think Arkansas I don't know if you want to force Max Johnson to throw or not. I don't know. I know one thing. What I do want to see Arkansas do is just swarm. And don't let them set the edge on you. Don't let them establish the run at all, period. Third down, they're 37%. They're 37. They're actually behind Arkansas on third down offense. Arkansas's at 39%. So they're 86th in the country. Arkansas 76th. Sacks allowed. They give up about 3 sacks a game. Arkansas's in the top 50 with only 1.78 sacks per game. So, yeah, they're 105th in the country. In turnovers, they're tied for 36th. Arkansas's tied for 7th in the country. KJ doesn't turn that ball over. I can't applaud KJ Jefferson enough, man. I mean, holy cow. Like, any doubt that I had about him, it's been answered. I thought, well, he's probably going to – and look, there's still games left. I get that. But so far this year, he has been very careful with the ball, and it's been really nice to see. But I really thought, like, okay, probably 10, 12 picks, probably going to hover around about just south of 60% pass completion. Look where he's at. What is he, 64%? I mean, good grief, man. It's ridiculous. Defense. They're scoring defense. Kind of another roller coaster ride, even though they've held a couple teams that typically do pretty well on offense and scoring. They've held a couple teams well below their average, but overall, they're 79th in the country, giving up about 28 points a game. Arkansas's 56th. Listen, you're giving up 24 points a game. That's not great, but that is the new, like, okay, middle of the pack, that's not terrible. It used to be not good. 10, 15 years ago, that was like, that's not very good defense. You're giving up. Wasn't horrible. Again, I remember when 32 points a game was horrible defense. It's still not good if you're giving up 32. It's not. But total yards, they give up about almost 400 yards. They're 80th in the country. Arkansas's 41st. Again, for all you guys that want Barry Odom fired now, like, you really need to pay attention to some of these numbers. It's actually not terrible. And you also have to consider their body of work and strength of schedule. That's not terrible. 41st, I mean, guys, wasn't that long ago we would kill for 41st total defense. Passing defense, Arkansas starting to drop. LSU, 97th in the country at 200, just about 250 yards a game. Arkansas, for a while, I think they were hovering like at about 175, 180. Now they're about 195 a game through the air. That's still good for 27th in the country. Again, that's not terrible. That's above average. They've definitely taken a step back. That Mississippi State second half, and I did go back and watch bits and pieces of that on Sunday. Just got beat. I think some of it or a lot of it, Rodgers just doing what he does, what Leach does as a play caller, and what that offense is designed to do. But also, guys just getting beat, trying to keep things in front of them. I thought they were playing way too far off the ball at times. You know, too much giving up over the middle. That last drive where they had to go how many yards? And they completed 3 passes for 15, 20-plus yards or whatever it was. Guys, that was like playing NCAA football on freshmen. Like, that's inexcusable. There's no excuse for that. I don't care who you're up. I don't care if that's Leach or Kiffin. I don't care what offense it is over there. That is ridiculous how easy that was. That concerns me. Now, I know they're banged up. I know they lost Catalon. I kind of wonder about Fouché's ability to defend over the top, but he has played really well, though. Fouché has played really well. You got to give him tons of credit. He's come a long ways. Remember how highly recruited he was. And you know where he's from. He's from Louisiana. This will be a big game for him. I read that he was trying to get like a bunch of tickets for his family, and it's ridiculous the amount of tickets he's trying to get. Good for him. I hope he does. I hope everyone who wants to go to that game can go, because it sounds like he's pretty excited about the opportunity to play in front of everybody. So good for him. I look for him to have a ball game this weekend. I really do. But yeah, I this is just not good. You know, Hudson Clark, what's going on with Ladarius Bishop? How healthy is he really? Mo Brown, I think, is mostly healthy. But and I'm not putting this all on Slusher either. Slusher actually played pretty damn good. He's getting more and more comfortable. You know, he's been hurt nearly since fall camp. I think even before fall camp, he's been playing banged up, along with moving him around in the secondary. Let him just sit and cook in a spot. Let him put him in the oven. Let him cook, baby. Give him time. Put that thing up to 450 degrees. Put him on, 6 weeks. Give him some time. He's getting there. I don't know how he's going to do. I think they're going to target him a lot if they catch him on, which I doubt you'll see a lot of man coverage. But if they do catch him, if they find a gap there, they're going to find it maybe on Slusher. Slusher does have a pick, though. He has a pick. I wouldn't push him too much, but I wouldn't be shocked if that's where they target right there or at Clark with the Clark Bishop rotation at the CB2 spot. Rushing defense. So again, they're 97th overall passing defense. Arkansas's 27th at 195 a game. Again, Arkansas secondary I've defended them all year. They were really solid. And now these last, again, since Catalan, we're starting to see defenses. They're figuring it out. Like, oh, okay, yeah. And then again, you add in the injuries. But their rushing defense, they're 63rd in the country. They give up about 148 a game. Arkansas's given up too much here too. Their run defense, kind of expected when you run a three-man front, when you're relying on, a rotation of different linebackers to step up. And look, man, I mean, it's pretty – I think we're starting to see the wear and tear just a little bit on the linebackers. You're starting to see it. We're starting to see a couple more missed tackles in different areas of the field than what we weren't seeing in the first half of last year, which mirrors what was happening in 2020. We're seeing guys miss tackles. About the only guy I've seen play with the same intensity and still make good open field tackles has been Hayden Henry for the most part. I say that, watch him tomorrow, I'll just completely whiff. I hope not. Knock on wood. But this is going to be an area where LSU's they're going to test. I think they're going to try and establish the run. Third down defense, they're at 45th or 105th overall. Arkansas is a top 10 third down defense. How about that? Sacks per game. Where do you think I'm going with this? LSU's pretty good. They can get to a quarterback, and they can do it rushing 3 or 4. They look to me like they might show you some multiple fronts, but probably not. I don't know. Maybe a mixture. I'm not really we'll see. Ed Orgeron shocked us last week against Bama and what he did on defense. That was very uncharacteristic of them last week. Wouldn't surprise me if they do that this week and they try to dial up the pressure. But they are 13th in the country. They average 3 sacks per game. That's crazy. When you have numbers like that and you see that they do a decent job along the line of scrimmage, like running the ball on offense, or they're getting better at it anyways, and then they're getting to the quarterback 3 times a game. They can force mistakes. They can. Just like Mississippi State, I said last week, and I'm surprised they didn't get a pick. But that's a testament to KJ. They will jump routes. They'll go after the ball. They're going to give you tighter windows, but their secondary still, well, I say that. They make miscues a lot. They'll bite on play fakes. The RPO really should be perfect for the kind of defense that LSU is. But if they're able to establish any kind of pressure, they don't have to get to KJ. Just rattle him a little bit. It could make things difficult. Now, KJ has been rattled this year, but he's not shown it. We've seen, you go back to the Georgia game, he got rattled. I mean, it definitely was a deer in headlights situation along with the crowd. This is going to be a similar situation with LSU at Death Valley with the lights on. Similar situation. That place is going to be loud, even if there's only 50,000 people in that stadium. I don't know what they're. I saw someone on one of their boards said that they were expecting to be a kind of lackluster crowd just because the Bama game that was it. That was kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. I don't know if that's the case. Regardless, it's going to be loud down there. It's going to be hostile. We'll see how KJ responds. But the fact that they're getting to the quarterback and they're disrupting like that, they can force turnovers. Where do you think Arkansas is ranked? Hey, at least they're not in the hundreds anymore. At least according to what I'm reading here, they're 105th. 105th is what I'm reading. I need to confirm that. I thought it was lower than that. I thought it was like 110th, but 105th. So LSU on offense. Again, you could see 2 quarterbacks. Max Johnson has taken the majority of the snaps, but Garrett Nussmeier has played a bit this year as well. It wouldn't shock me to see them go the 2 quarterback situation this weekend. I think they're going to. Max Johnson on the year, almost 2,200 yards, about 2,169. 60% completion ratio, 22 touchdowns, 6 picks. He's been sacked a lot, 26 times on the year. They have struggled in that area. Ty, did you know we're first and third? Right, yeah, we talked about that. Arkansas football Twitter page posted today. Yeah, third down defense. They're doing good on third down. They're doing a much better job getting off the field. What up, Ty? Finally able to catch your channel, man. What's up, Frederick? How you doing, bro? Hope you're doing well. Trey Williams tight. He's like the only bright spot. And then Trey, he's there for a game, and then he disappears for the next 2 or 3 games. I hope we can see that this weekend. Burks, 48 catches. Next in line, 16, 15, 10. Do we see anyone else producing this season? I don't know. If they haven't produced at this point, I don't know. Knock on wood, Ty. Jeez. I think KJ playing in Death Valley in 2019 will help him deal with it. Wasn't that game at 11 o'clock, though? Wasn't that a daytime game? I don't. There's a difference. There's a difference between day and night down there. There just is. I think you could say the same even for Fayetteville, definitely for Little Rock. I've been to a bunch of games at night in Fayetteville. There's a difference, and I've heard the same about DV. I've heard the same. If we have another quality pass rusher, Trey Williams would have like 10 sacks. So if they just had anyone, I'll say this, I think if they were more consistent with that 4-man front, I think they would have a lot more success at getting the quarterbacks. I don't put it all on the D line. I really don't. I do think they're probably talent-wise bottom of the SEC. Numbers also back that up, but so again, Max Johnson throwing around 60% on the year. Man, when he gets dialed in and it seems like he's a capable quarterback, but keeping him off the field has been an issue for them a little bit this year. We'll see if Trey can do it this weekend. Their O-line's busted up. Here's an opportunity for you to, rear your ears back and get back there and make some things happen. They're 10th in the SEC in scoring offense. I think I typed that out right. Tyrion Davis-Price is an absolute workhorse for the Tigers. He's had 143 carries, 731 yards, 5 yards per carry, 6 scores. The Tigers have given up the second most sacks so far in the SEC this year. So, I don't know. Do you guys think we can slow them down? Let's get to the Discord questions really quick. We have not done that. Let's get to the Discord questions. Where are they at? Why are they not coming up? Hold on. What's going on here? What's going on? Let me pull this up. All right, score prediction. This is easy. You guys, this is easy. For those of you watching after the fact or those of you here now. Score prediction and your MVP. One more 24 says 31-20 KJ. Austin BF 7025 says 34-20 Hogs. KJ and Burks as co-MVPs. I could see that. Yet again, it feels like here's a week where KJ and Burks could just – you give him time. You give KJ time. And not that LSU will. I think they're going to try and get pressure. But if they even give him 2.5 seconds, he's going to find somebody, and it's probably going to be Burks. He's down there somewhere. Kelly says, I have no score prediction, but I'm going Trey Williams on defense and Dominic on offense. I could totally see that. Hawes, 48-17. Woo, he thinks LSU's got nothing in the tank. Johnson goes nuts against that weak front seven. They lack a discipline. South Park episode, don't cancel me. Opens the air attack up. KJ, offense MVP. Joe Fouché, defensive MVP. He's going back home, and he's going to ball out. Yeah, I think Otis Kirk wrote an article about that, about him trying to get tickets. Pretty sure that was Otis that wrote that. I see a low-scoring game, 21-13. This is Jump Master. Johnson will be the reason we win. Oh, Dom John. Eagles says 38-28. Dom John, the MVP. I'm loving that. Morgan will be the defensive MVP. I think it will also depend if we get the LSU that played Florida or the LSU that played – well, what about the LSU that played Bama? I really hope that was just a flash in the pan. Horrible game for Bama. They just didn't get up for the game. I don't know. 38-21 Arkansas. I think Arkansas's offense goes down to Death Valley and dominates. Defense will be good at first, but like the Mississippi State game, LSU's going to figure out our weak spots, and they'll get a few scores on us. That's a Dragon Slayer. That's a really good point. My MVP is going to be between Dom John or KJ. Big Man Ross says, I'm going 31-24 Hogs. KJ is MVP with 200 passing, 100 rushing. Dude, if he gets – look, man, that'll put him over 2,000 passing, by the way. Pretty sure. He's at 18-something, right? So that'll put him over 2,000 passing. And what will that put him in rushing? Will that put him over – what's he at rushing? I haven't looked in a minute. Defensive MVP is Trey Williams with 3 sacks. If not held all game again, tell me about it. Tell me about it, big man Ross. And then finally, Chris Jones says, I'm going to say 31-17. KJ and DJ. Boy, you guys are really digging KJ and DJ. Dom John and KJ. KJ and DJ. Both MVP. Both got to have a successful game in order for us to win, in my opinion. I think you're probably right about that. He does get held. Trey, and I love that he stands up. I love that they just have him stand up and run. I love that. It's been pretty effective. I love how they're using him. Sometimes I just wish they'd go with a 4-man front, But it's pretty clear that Arkansas, that's what they're going to do. They're going to stand him up, and then they're probably what they'll do is what LSU likes to do on offense, they love running these counter gibs. And that could burn you. That could burn that side of Trey Williams. I don't know how, the way you do that, the way you deal with that, if you're going to rush him like that, Trey, means you're going to have linebackers over that edge, right? You're going to have probably a safety or nickel kind of creeping in that area, and then you got to swarm behind Trey. You got to make sure they're not able to run a counter give. They love those counter gives. Max Johnson he's the type of quarterback who could complete most throws. He's a capable quarterback, and he can rip up this secondary. The way they've been playing lately, he absolutely could. Loved Otis's article on Pittman the other day. Loved Otis's article on Pittman the other day about him being the right man for the job. Good stuff. J.R. Shelton says, I wish Stingley wasn't hurt. Wanted to see him and Burks one-on-one. That would be a battle. 2 first-round prospects. Is he still a first-round prospect? I swear I've seen Stingley kind of drop back. I thought I saw him out. Ridgeway pushing triple team back 2 to 3 yards every snap. He's out there. He don't give ground. He gains it. I don't know about that. Not every play. Not every snap. He does a good job. He's getting better. We're seeing him more consistently draw double, couple, he'll gain the center and a guard. He is double teamed, and that's the point. That's the whole point of the anchor. That's what you got to do. You're not there. You're not going to rack up the stat sheet. If you're able to, great. Marshall would be phenomenal in this defense this year, I think, considering Trey Williams on that rush edge spot, and then you got Utzi, who's been serviceable at the other end spot. But I feel like Jonathan Marshall this year would have been great. Ridgeway is capable, and I don't think he's doing every snap, but he's getting better. We're seeing him more consistently pushing the pile. He's just got that raw strength, man. He really does. Alex says, wouldn't it be ironic if a player from LSU gets a targeting call just before half? No, Stingley will be the first corner taken. I thought I saw him drop. I thought they pushed some other corners in front of him. I mean, I would definitely draft him in the first round. He's ridiculously good. Mock NFL Draft 2021. I just looked at CBS's the other day. Now, CBS they did drop Burks back. They continue to drop him. I think they got him. I think they pushed him pretty far back. Okay. Yeah, they have Stingley second pick. You're right. But there was a corner. Yeah. This Andrew Booth kid at Clemson. Yeah. There's a couple other draft boards that have Booth and another corner in front of Stingley, pushing Stingley back. But yeah, I would want the Rams if they had a first pick to take Stingley in a heartbeat. For sure. I don't remember who the other corner was. But yeah, he's out, and that's I mean, I want him. I don't want him out there though. I don't. Screw that. I want Burks to just run wild. So yeah, we talked about LSU, kind of what they did on defense last week against Bama, only giving up 6 yards rushing, sacking Bryce Young 4 times. LSU ranks third in the SEC at sacking opposing quarterbacks. This will be another decent test for the offensive line. LSU secondary seems to be out of position a bit. They fall victim to busted coverage multiple times a game. I think they're worse at it than Arkansas is, to be honest. They currently rank 98th in passing defense, which ranks third worst in the SEC, I think is what I saw. LSU's, this is definitely a year for them to like, Ed Orgeron's out the door. Fix what you can along the way. Maybe you make a bowl game. Maybe you don't. Part of me wishes they wouldn't. I don't want them in a bowl game. You start to kind of come around to Ed O a little bit, but then it's like, I don't know. He's still go Tigers. Go Tigers. The only problem with Ridgeway is he's too big to be able to do it for the whole game. It seems like he just disappears after the first quarter. I think that is what's going on. He moves well for a big fella. He does. He moves so well for someone that size. But I think he kind of puts his all into a drive, and then he just disappears. We see this week in and week out. Sauce Gardner is probably the other corner that will be taken high. He's from Cincinnati. Is he the kid that's like leading the country in picks? There's someone at a small school or at a non-P5 school that was leading in interceptions for like the entire year. Bama LSU game was strange last week. I see Hogs running a lot this weekend. What does Arkansas need to do? We got off to a late start, so it's okay that we're over 60 minutes. What is Arkansas? What's the bullet points for them to win this game? And then I'm going to give my score. Have to jump on LSU early. Cannot squander opportunities. Whatever you get, cannot squander them. You know, we had an interception last week by Morgan. You've got to be able to, if you do force them to make a mistake, you're going to have to, you got to maximize your opportunities. Cannot squander whatever gifts you get, whether that's LSU getting into, if they do draw flags, you need to take advantage. If they're playing behind the sticks, keep them there. If it's 1st and 15, then that needs to lead to 2nd and 10, 2nd and 15, and then put them in a 3rd and long situation. Do not squander any opportunity you get on either side of the ball. I don't see them making a lot of mistakes this week, but you never know. Arkansas they're not as great at taking the ball away as we thought they would be. The first half of the season, just like last year, it's like, man, they really can. They do a pretty good job taking the ball away. Not seeing that as often. Maybe this is a game where they that changes. They get 2 or 3 takeaways. Minimize mistakes. The jumping off sides. Dalton Wagner, silent count, false start woes need to come to a stop, especially in Death Valley. No more jumping off sides on defense. They're not getting hit with holding calls on offense too often, but they're these false starts, and mostly Dalton Wagner. But we've also seen Ricky Stromberg once or twice he gets penalized. It's not false start, but need to minimize your mistakes, and that's something they've got to be more consistent at. It seemed like for a short while, oh, good, they're not getting as many flags, and then they turn around and they do. The following week, they've got to minimize these mistakes. Speed, limit LSU's ability to substitute on defense. So you're going to wear down their front 7 doing this. You're going to run down their front 6 or 7. Establishing the run early with that fast tempo, as they attempt to do every week as always, need to be full throttle, cannot slow down, and sometimes you can't help it when they start faking injuries or when they start getting injured. It's hard to buy. It's hard to buy injuries anymore. Thanks a lot, Lane Kiffin. So, yeah, and when you do this too, when you're able to run down their throats, you're able to make it easy. If they're able to make it look easy, and you're able to run consistently and with that tempo, you're going to take their fans out of it, and then of course, it's going to wear them down. Score in the red zone, got to get more production, got to come away with more points. Would really like to see Arkansas break 30 points here this weekend. Passing lanes will be there for KJ if the O-line gives him time to breathe. And they've done a pretty good job. Their pass blocking has honestly been much improved. Much improved. But LSU, again, we saw what they did with Bama. I mean, they blitzed, man, and it was effective for them. And maybe it'll work this week for them against Arkansas. Is Arkansas as good of a pass blocking offense as Bama? So, yeah, but those passing lanes will be there. They're sometimes there's busted coverage in LSU secondary. And then, of course, get Dom Jom involved, similar to last week against a far better and healthier Mississippi State defensive unit, or defensive front, I should say. They're better. Mississippi State's front seven better. I mean, they're a solid run defense, and Arkansas rushed for 200 yards. I don't think there's any reason why you're not able to do that this week. And in fact, I think that's how they, like every week, like I said, I think they're going to try and come out and establish the run early. They're going to beat them down, man. They're going to wear them out. And then now the RPO is even more effective because now they're looking for Dom John or Raheem Sanders or whoever's back there for him to hand the ball to out of the RPO. And maybe he keeps it now. He's running in the opposite direction, which is the whole point of the RPO. Or you're faking the give and you're going over top to Treylon Burks. I'd be shocked if they have him in man-to-man coverage with no help over the top. I'd be surprised by that if that happened. I feel like they're going to be all over him. And I think something too, I didn't type this out. I didn't script it out, but I think the tight ends are going to be huge in this game. I really do. I think Trey Knox, Blake Kern, I don't know what, I'm not going to say anything about Hudson Henry. Whatever. If he shows up, fine. But they got to get the tight ends involved this week because I think LSU is going to do everything they can to get pressure. And we know with this kind of offense, you can also, any offense, right? Tight end can also help block. They can give you some more time. But I feel like, too, that might provide you with an opportunity for some good check down throws. But a number 2 target has to emerge in this game. A number 2 target has to take their place this week against someone like LSU because even though their secondary is not that good, they do have the talent. They can double team Treylon Burks, and because they have the talent, what other receiver this year has been a threat? I said it 3 weeks ago. They missed Mike Woods. This would be a perfect opportunity for Mike Woods. So they're missing that production. They just are. It's been kind of a receiver by committee, behind Burks. But you need another target to step up in this game at the very least. From here on out, but especially here and against Bama too. And they just haven't had that. They've not had another receiver step up in the way that Woods was able to a year ago. And not only that, Woods' ability to stretch the field. So that's what makes Burks that much more amazing. They really don't have much help in the passing game. Thank God you've got this Jefferson to Burks relationship. So Tyson Morris always shows up when we need him, though. He does. He is. He's there. He's there. We've seen him on those really good comeback hitch routes where he, 15, 20 yards downfield. He is, but it's not consistent, though. It's just not. There have been other games where he disappeared when we needed someone to step up, and he was nowhere to be found. And he's on the field playing. He's had, I think behind Burks, he has the most snaps among these receivers. I think it's between him and maybe Devion Warren. So, yeah, he has been there, and he's definitely stepped up to some degree this year, but not consistently. There's not another receiver in the same on the same continent as Treylon Burks in terms of production. That's not overly shocking. Burks is a possible, top 25, top 20 pick in the NFL draft. That's understandable why another receiver hasn't, been in the same on the same continent in terms of production, but there's just no consistency behind him. And that has, I think at times, when you watch Burks, whatever it is, if they're going 4 or 5 wide and he's looking for a target downfield, they've got Burks covered. There's no one else open. We've seen that happen too often. But we saw Knox. We've seen Knox as a capable check down target. That size with his athletic ability, that should be every week. And I'm hoping Knox, that's what happens with Knox or Blake Kern. I would prefer it to be Knox because he's a little bit more dangerous in the passing game, while Kern is clearly a better blocker, obviously, right? Knox is, if he's, look, too, I didn't know this. We found out this week Knox actually volunteered for this. They didn't come to him. He went to the coaches. He said, I want to be on the field, put me at tight end. I can block a little bit because of the nature of this offense with having receivers block downfield. And he stepped up, man. He's kind of been an unsung hero at times. Good for him. I love it. But imagine if this offense got him going. Either him or Kern or another receiver, Warren Thompson, and possibly Tyson. And this could be a weekend where Tyson steps up. I would never count him out because, like Ash mentioned in chat, and I've talked about it before, he has at times been there. We just need that consistently. But I would almost I would at least shave my mustache off. I'm not saying I'm going to do that if he has. I want to be clear. I'm not saying I'm going to do that if he has a productive game, but I'm saying I would do it so he would have a productive game. They need a wide receiver, too, to step up, but I do think what's more essential is getting Dominic Johnson or whoever, getting someone with this run game going. I think it's absolutely possible that Dom John's that guy. Warren Thompson needs to step up again. He certainly looked like he was going to be the guy, and then he wasn't. Katron Jackson, I'm really surprised, especially with the Mike Woods departure, with the lack of a number 2 target in this receiving with these receivers. Really surprised he hasn't had more production. I really am. I'm not saying that's bad, but would love to see. Yeah, right, Alex. Like I said, I would too. Someone needs to step up. It sucks that Warren suffered that injury last year. Imagine he never got injured. I feel like he'd play in a much bigger role. I agree because you saw what he was doing before the injury. KB, man, Kendall Briles had him rocking and rolling last year. He just did. You hit the nail on the head. The Woods loss was awful. A lot of fans didn't want to admit it, and they still don't, but it hurt them. It did. It hurt them in the passing game, without a doubt. If we could score on our first couple of possessions and cause them to punt once or twice, I'll be looking for the give-up flag from LSU. I agree with that, Mike and them. I do. I agree with that because they're already kind of down and out. They're thin. They're running 2s and 3s to make up for their injuries. Got guys that are, you know what? It's hard for them to stay. It's hard to stay in a game where your head coach, he's out the door, and now you're getting your ass kicked in front of your home crowd. I wouldn't count them out because Max Johnson is a capable quarterback, and then you've got that home field advantage, right? Ty, if we beat Bama, you got to shave your head. Yeah, if we beat Bama, I'm doing more than shave my head. I'll shave my head and my face. I shouldn't have said that. They're not going to beat Bama. They're not. If we have to choose between good blocking tight end and sure-handed tight end, give me Knox and ask our running backs to make a play. Knox is I only wonder where he would be at had they done this sooner, right? Like, I'm thinking before fall camp. You would really want him to do this back in spring, really. If you're going to make a change like this, especially from wide receiver to tight end, because those are two entirely different. They're on different spectrums, man. They're on opposite ends of the table. I mean, tight ends, especially in this offense, you see how they utilize them, man. They're lead out blocks and they're 4 yards or out in the flats kind of targets, right? They do block downfield, which is similar to what they ask these receivers to do. And you could argue maybe it's not as big of a leap because they have these receivers blocking downfield. And that's a very valid argument, and I agree. But it's still, in terms of the body type and the whatever you want to call it, the contributions to the offense, it's a different position. I can only imagine where he would be at right now if they had done this sooner. I hope pray that he sticks this out. I think he will. No, you won't. Oh. I got caught by the missus. I didn't think she was in here. That's too funny. Sarah, you don't understand. They don't beat Bama. The last time we beat Bama, you and I had just gotten married. I may have just dug my own hole, man. I just dug my own grave. I got busted. It's a good thing I didn't start lighting up this cigar. That's funny. Yeah. They haven't. I've got to do something, Sarah. I mean, what am I going to do if they beat Bama? Oh, man, that's funny. So you're saying there's a chance. I don't know. It's been a while. Yeah, it was 06, right? That's the year we got married. Wasn't that the last time, right? Am I crazy? Am I having a senior moment here? Wasn't that the last time they beat them? It was 06? All right, we're going to close it up. We got off to a late start. Remember, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, Discord. Be there. Quarterback spotlight. My man, Stephen Hamner, he's going to be there. He knows his stuff. This is a guy that works with athletes. He breaks down a lot of quarterback film, a lot of offenses. That's what he does. So make sure you're there, 10 o'clock. Stephen will join our Discord tonight. I'm going to ask that you guys not DM him left and right. He's going to answer questions tomorrow. He's busy tonight. I was hoping we could get him tonight, but we're going to do it tomorrow morning at 10. Looking forward to it. So you guys be sure and be there. Yeah, 06 was the last. Yeah, so we got married. We got married in May of 06. So, yeah, maybe, Sarah, we need to get divorced and then get married again this week. Let's get divorced and then let's marry. Or no. We'll make it simple. We'll renew our vows. Maybe that's what we should do. Excuse me. Woo Pig Suey Go Hogs. Let me toss this invite one more time. Toss the invite out. I think she left. She's probably busy, but she wants none of it. She's like, no, that ain't happening. All right. Paste. There you go. There's Discord. There it is. If you guys want to hop in, do so. Right there it is. If you want to be there tomorrow, 10 o'clock, remember, there's a cap in those rooms at 99. I do not think we break that. I don't think that happens. But or I don't think we come anywhere near that cap. But I do think there's going to be a lot of people in there. I'm going to get that room set up tonight. And then tomorrow, again, 10 o'clock. So I'm really looking forward to it. How are you going to do the stream when we play Mizzou on Friday? I have not given that thought yet. We may just do a post game. What do we have a time on that? Do we have a time on that game? Hang on. I tell you guys, I take it a week at a time. I don't look ahead. I don't really. Let's see. It's a day. It is a day time, isn't it? 2:30. Oh yeah, I mean it's 2:30. I'll just have to do a morning show and then do a post game. Yeah, 2:30 on CBS. All right, I was thinking for some reason. Yeah, that's right. 2:30. Bama's going to be 2:30 on CBS as well. Back-to-back 2:30s on CBS. When's the last time that happened? Yeah, so we'll do that. All right. It's been a blast. Big news about Nick Smith. Holy crap, that's huge. That is huge. So him signing tonight at JJ's, right? Isn't that what he said? I'm drinking this soda stream. Man, it is. Oof, I may have pumped too much. It's supposed to be like a lot less sugar in the syrup, but boy, oh boy, gives you the burpees. When did Nick Smith say he was? Hang on, let me pull that up. It's tonight, right? Or is it tomorrow? It's tonight. It's got to be tonight because it wouldn't be tomorrow night. Here it is. Yeah, November 13th. No, it is tomorrow. Oh, I thought it was tonight. Why would he do that? Bro, it's tomorrow evening? 6 to 9? Well, maybe that's perfect. I get it. I get what they're doing here. Like before the game. No. That's perfect. That's awesome, actually. For people that are going to be there at JJ's. That's huge. And that is the JJ's on Dixon, by the way. I see why they're doing it. It's not tonight. It's tomorrow. I was thinking it was tonight. Okay. That's actually cool. I see what he's doing. That's fine. All will be signed by Sunday. That is correct. Yep. Everyone will be signed up by Sunday. That is true. That is correct. They've got 3 out of the 5. Tonight will be 4, and then they'll have 5 on Sunday. That is correct. All right. Okay. Tomorrow, post game. I'll see you guys there. Can't wait. It's going to be a big one. If we get any shots of Nick Smith, that'll be cool. Maybe we could share that of him signing. But, yeah, post game, be here. And then tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, PTN Discord. All right? Shout out to Patreon supporters. Again, it's there, $4 minimum. We're trying to break the 20 mold. It's $4 minimum. That's it. If you want to do more, you can. If you want to join and get us over 20 and keep us over 20, because remember, as the month carries on, more people can drop out. So if you want to join, please check out that link that's provided for you down below in the description box, along with all the sponsors to the YouTube channel, Direct Service Overhead and Stated Apparel. So shout outs to them, to you guys in live chat. Thanks for sharing the content, liking the video, and being here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll talk to some of you tomorrow morning on Discord, and I'll see the rest of you tomorrow evening after the game. Woo Pig Suey! Go Hogs, baby! Go Hogs! I don't know why that ad runs every time. Woo Pig. I'll see you guys.